Vancha kalpatarubhishcha kripasindhaveva patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Japa Jolt. Every worthy goal has a discipline. Some people work for becoming a surgeon, 4 years of college, 7 years of medical school, residency, waiting for this and that. Maybe to cure cancer. Is there a cure to cancer? No, but they still keep doing it. And there's this practice of reaching our original position with Krishna in the spiritual world. What's that worth? 4 years of college, 7 years of special training. It's worth lifetimes. And every session of chanting japa is a testament to our determination to reach Krishna, who says in his teachings to Uddhava that this dedication that you have, bhaktyāham, ekayā, grāhyaḥ, śraddhayātmā, priyaḥ, it's very dear to me. So if we remember that the goal is something beyond what anybody else is doing in this world, and that our orientation is towards Krishna, despite whatever other duties we have to do in this world. Our main process is pointing ourselves back home, back to Godhead. Every japa session is a welcome opportunity to lean in to that determination and express to Krishna from our heart, this is what I really want. So we can use this session today. For some of us on the West Coast, it's still Akṣaya Tṛtīyā until the sun is fully up. But whatever, it doesn't matter. The main point is that every moment is an opportunity to express our sincere desire to reach Krishna. So we can put that into the chanting today. Dear Harinam Prabhu, if you so desire, please give us sincerity of purpose in our chanting today. And please let us keep full attention on the divine sound of your holy name. And remember, it's non-different from you. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Shall we? It's a democracy. You have to vote. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. A couple quick thoughts. Is all advancement takes place in absorption. So use your free will to point your attention exclusively towards the holy name. You won't be disappointed. Also, the scheme of the world is simple. There's material world, spiritual world, and we're the marginal potency. So it's the spiritual world and the material world. Miraculously, we can enter into the spiritual world right now. It's not like we have to wait. It's all consciousness. So if we become absorbed in Krishna's names and intentionally chant, then we enter into the spiritual world because there's no difference between Krishna and his name and the spiritual world. And finally, think of chanting as service, because we hear Atashi Krishna Nama Adina Bhaved Karayam Indriye Seva Mukhi Hijivado Swayameva Spratyada. Your service starts with your tongue, right? Oh, Krishna said to Draupadi that I'm so indebted to you because you called out to me. He said, hey, Govinda, like, please save me. I'm helpless. Krishna said, I'm indebted to you for calling out my name like that. And if you remember that Krishna is so eager for us to call out his name, that's service. And we need it. So we need him. And if we just take advantage of this simple process and give our attention exclusively to the holy name, we can enter right into the spiritual world, will be absorbed, and miraculous things happen. They only happen in Krishna when we become absorbed in his holy names. Om Tat Sat for now. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's see what we're taking away. I'll start. I was thinking this morning that you vote with your voice. And while I was chanting, I was thinking my chanting as a vote against all the stupidity of the material world. It's inane, the material world. And what goes on here is insane, inane and insane. And every time I chanted the mantra, I was thinking, I'm voting against that. I'm going to vote for Krishna instead. And it felt good to be an activist while I was chanting. Let's hear what else, what are your taking away? Sharing means caring. Ram.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I was thinking about a verse from the Bhagavatam, which I think you've quoted a lot. 7.6.1, it says, Shri Prahladu Vacha Kaumara Acharet Pragyo Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapya Dhruvam Arthadam. This verse emphasizes the importance of human life and doing devotional service while we have this life. And the reason I was thinking about this is because I was thinking about the topic of, similar to what you were saying, material suffering, and in particular, death is the fundamental starting point of turning to God and religion, even for other religions. I was talking to some of my Christian friends, and that's the fundamental starting point, is that this material world is full of suffering, and the biggest suffering is death when someone we love dies or we die. And it's part, even for us, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita both start off with the framing of death. Like Arjuna is super confused by what's going to happen when all these people die, and Bhagavatam starts with Parikshit Maharaj saying, okay, I'm about to die, let me turn to God. And this chanting process is to practice our focus at that point of death. So coming back to that verse, we have that opportunity right now because we're humans, which is the point of that verse, to while living, to practice deep remembrance of Krishna, so that at that point of death we can actually remember him. And I think that's really the point of doing chanting while we're still alive and have the human form to do so.
Well done, Ram. I resonate with what you said. It's very helpful. Thanks for the realizations and the articulation. Amodavardhana. We can read lips, but we'd prefer if we can hear your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Hare Krishna, sorry. So recently I've had the realization that everything that is written in our literatures and our scriptures can be seen in the material world, perhaps just in a different, you know, slightly diluted, if not very diluted way. And I find pleasure in finding analogies as ways to help me understand, but also in the future help others understand. So in the middle, when you were speaking about how there's the material world and the spiritual world, and we exist as the marginal, and we just need to go deep enough such that we can enter into the spiritual world. It reminded me of a very popular video where there's a video of the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and one's very murky brown, whereas the other's crystal clear, but they don't mix. But of course, the water mixes, you just have to go deep enough. And it was a nice visualization that I had in my mind from what you had spoken about in terms of uh, a way that we can represent our chanting and the world we live in.
Nice realization. Shastra Chakshus. When we're able to see everything connected to Krishna, either philosophically or directly, that's Krishna consciousness. Nicely done. Thank you. Jagatrata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. You accept my humble obeisances. I'll go to Srila Prabhupada. I've been going on books more uh, this past week, and it's been really making me reflect on how Sankirtan is the life and soul of my spiritual life, from Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. And that there's kind of like a feedback loop going on, that whenever uh, I'm on books, I always feel that everything in my sadhana, like my chanting, my reading, everything gets like improved by like 10 times. And then because of that, my book distribution, I get way more enthusiasm for that book distribution, and everything, and my book distribution increases like anything. And also that uh, everything that I've been really resonating lately with this one verse in the second chapter of the first canto. Dhamma svanisita pumsam visakshena katasya notpadiyadotidasham shrama evihi kevalam. That ultimately the purpose of my activities, what I do during the day, should be to bring about more tastes and absorption in my hearing and chanting. And that this is, I think you've said this before, the greatest wealth that nothing else can compare to actually developing the capacity to be more absorbed in the holy name in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Thanks, Jagatrata. I appreciate your realization of how doing your personal sadhana and going out to distribute books and meet people are synergistic. I've often given the example of rice and dal, which are in themselves staples, but when you mix them together, you get 42% more nutrition. And similarly, when we have both sides, when we're going out to distribute and meeting people, and when we come back, there's a palpable mercy effect from Lord Nityananda, that you went out, you gave it to other people. The residue of that speaking about Krishna and the holy name to other people sticks to you, and then the chanting becomes enhanced. And that's a very whole process of sadhana to do both things. Take opportunity. Even if you can't do it every day, take the opportunity to reach out and give it to other people. Well, we hit some of Akṣaya Tṛtīyā here on the West Coast from our chanting this morning, because we did a little before the sun came up. Regardless, there's a way in which by deliberately coming together to chant, I can feel in this group that it's strengthening our resolve to be fully dedicated to the process of japa as it's been prescribed by our acharya and all the previous acharyas. It's nirnitam. It's already been vetted by the greatest of authorities. So please be fearless, bold, determined, and make japa the center point of your life. As they say on Wall Street, you never go broke taking a profit. And this is the greatest profit you can get. That is taking your personal time and dedicating your free will towards chanting the Lord's names and just keeping your mind exclusively there on his holy names and the process of chanting. Deeply grateful. Thank you very much, everyone. Yogadish, thank you for helping organize this on a regular basis, and all others who are stepping forward regularly to help lead this. It's a worthy cause, and we should keep doing it, and we should expand it also. Hare Krishna. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Kishore Kishori, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please empower us in our daily japa so that we can always remember that we are eternally your servant and we're always helpless and dependent on you. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gopavrisha Kripa Sundabeva Chapatitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnaviniki Jai Gaurayanande Haribol.
Haribol.